Hey, what's going on? I decided to record and drop this video. I'm currently watching the LSU and Iowa women's game, and I decided to talk about something I've noticed for the last about 3 or 4 months. If you hear anything in the background, it's because I'm a father, right? So you can expect a lot more content coming up about playoffs basketball, about fatherhood, and of course about tech as well. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe for me, and let's dive into the topic of this video. What are some of the reasons why people leave weird comments on women's basketball video? I've noticed this for about the past 3 or 4 months. I admit I haven't been the biggest fan of women's ball, but I've noticed ESPN has been doing a lot of advertising and promoting a lot of the NIL deals and the different storylines and narratives and the personalities of a lot of the WNBA, mostly college women's ball players. Now, with the help of GPT, I asked it, and you can see on your screen here, what's a reason why people leave snarky and unrelated comments underneath women's basketball videos on YouTube? That was a prompt. All right. Now, I have my own reasons why, mostly incel related. But ChatGPT assisted me with 5 responses that are pretty accurate in my opinion, and I actually don't have anything more to add to the response. We will talk about the response and about some other things in women's ball, but I actually don't have much to say about ChatGPT's response in particular. All right. So ChatGPT says there could be various reasons why people leave snarky and unrelated comments underneath women's basketball videos on YouTube. Number one, misogyny. Unfortunately, women's sports, including basketball, sometimes face discrimination and disrespect due to the underlying sexist attitude. Some individuals may feel compelled to make snarky comments as a way to undermine the achievements and skills of female athletes. Number two, insecurity. Some people may feel threatened or insecure when they see women excelling in the traditionally male-dominated fields like sports. In response, they leave negative comments in an attempt to assert their perceived superiority. Perceived is good too, because I bet you most of these people leaving comments, they can't run a mile in under 8 minutes. They can't do 30 push-ups in 30 seconds. I don't even know if I can do 30 push-ups in 30 seconds. I can do it in 40 seconds for sure. But I think you guys get my point. Number 3 reason listed, trolling. Trolling is a common phenomenon on the internet where individuals purposely post provocative or inflammatory comments to elicit reasons or reactions from others. Women's basketball videos may become targets for trolls seeking attention or seeking to provoke a response. Definitely. And as we go over some of the comments, you're going to see exactly why some of these are purely troll comments. Number 4, lack of awareness. Some individuals may leave unrelated comments because they are not genuinely interested in the content of the video. They may be unaware of the impact their comments have or may not care about engaging meaningfully with the comment. That's definitely it. Definitely see some completely unrelated comments to the videos purposely. And then lastly, cultural bias. In some cultures, there may be stereotypes or biases against women participating in sports, leading to negative attitudes and comments towards women's basketball videos. All right, I don't think we have to go too far to find that culture. It's pretty much all around us, right? So you see some comments on some women's basketball videos about like, some of the main comments you see are like stupid, like right-wing comments, like "Let's go branding." People put that under women's videos. People put comments like "My baby girl is a trans." That's something you see all the time. They say, "My daughter was born yesterday and she decided to be a trans," right? To invoke a completely unrelated conversation. And if you don't know what "Let's go branding" is, you can Google it yourself. You see other comments on there about about what people ate for dinner, what people ate for breakfast, to insinuate that they also will share what's considered to them worthless or meaningless information. So they think that if ESPN shares a post about Caitlin Clark, they think they also have to give us information about what they're doing for the day, which is eating spaghetti. So completely unrelated. And then you see other comments about like, the lack of women's ability to make some things like left-hand layups or to make certain reads or just different things that a lot of women may have trouble doing compared to men's sports. And that's, if you get on YouTube and you do that like once or twice and you're just scrolling, but there seems to be a concerted effort to flood women basketball videos with just completely ridiculous comments. And I wanted to include some of this data that I found on Forbes.com. TV ratings for women's games are soaring, seeing a 60% increase across the 23-24 season. The ratings on Fox on average have been higher for women's games than men's. ESPN College Game Day aired at more women's basketball games than ever in the season, and ESPN just inked a deal with the NCAA for 8 years, worth $920 million for the rights to women's March Madness and other collegiate championships. While the main games garner significantly more viewers, their ratings have decreased in the past few years. Even TV ads during the women's finals have increased fivefold to $500,000 for a spot, while the men's is $1 million price tag for a TV spot. So, going into the increase in ratings and the increase in ticket sales for women games, here comes Ice Cube, right? But before we get into Ice Cube, I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the pushback, because the man and the haters in the YouTube comments are realizing that more people are paying attention to women's balling, and I think they're scared. I think that's what's going on. Some of you may not be aware, but Ice Cube offered Caitlin Clark $5 million to play in the Big Three League. There's no details on the length of the contract, but the highest WNBA salary right now is $245,000. So I'm kind of interested if we get more of this opportunity that will come, men and women playing versus each other in professional sports. Will we kind of see the same attitude or the same comments? And will more or less people attend those games because they are co-ed? Right? I'm very interested in that. How do you feel? Would you attend the co-ed Big Three game, or even the WNBA, NBA mixed game for All-Star 2025, for example? All-Star 2025, 2026 may have a mix of the women versus the man, or, co-ed teams versus each other. That's something I would personally be interested in checking out. I'd like to hear your comments about that too. Would you see or attend a co-ed professional basketball game? Now, beyond Ice Cube, right now on my screen I have the LSU Iowa game. LSU's down by 1. Angel Reese is killing it. Flajaw's killing it. Caitlin Clark's killing it. Caitlin Miller's killing it. Not Caitlin Miller, I'm sorry. Kate Martin. They're all balling, all doing their thing. Haley Van Lilith, and I just don't see how someone can watch this and not be entertained, especially if you kept up with some of the narratives and if you watched some of the March Madness of last year to see these teams collide again. So shout out to them. I'm gonna post this video before the end of the game. So leave your comment, like, share, subscribe, of course. I'm gonna continue to put out content, of course, tech-related content, basketball-related content. We're getting closer to the playoffs, and fatherhood content. That's what the people want to see. That's what I'm gonna talk about. That's it, man. That's it for me. I'd love to hear your comments. Peace out.